So you said you wanted to join. What I heard was that you early on wanted to go to West Point.
West Point, right.
What's that memory that? What do you remember of why you wanted to go?
Well, I read all these books about General Grant and the Civil War and World War II. We'd read a lot. I'd read a lot of those types of books, and this whole the long gray line and all that stuff. So that was the kind of a romanticized view that I had of the military, and I just thought that would be good. Plus, I didn't know how I would go to college because I know our family couldn't afford it.
Mm.
But then I thought, all my classmates told me, Ken, all you got to do is get in before September 30th, 1946. You got the World War II GI Bill. So I enlisted on September 29th, and that was the second last day to get the World War II, which was a wonderful GI Bill. Mm-hmm. And so I said, since I'm not going to the academy, I got to find some way to go to college. So I said I'd go in the Army and enlisted man, and I ended up in the Corps of Engineers with out in Fort Tacoma, Washington, Fort Lewis, and was with a real bright company. Boy, we had a real sharp group, but because they were all these guys going in to get the World War II GI Bill, you know, from blue collar families, and we had a big group of Japanese, and I'd never met a Japanese person in my life, you know, before. So that was great. But I enlisted, and I didn't hear anything about the academies, and I went through basic training, which was Corps of Engineer type training, building bridges and blowing up bridges and all that kind of stuff. And,
Did you do a lot of explosives work?
yeah, we did, and never had a chance to use that much afterwards. But yeah, we had a lot of the building bridges stuff. A lot. I thought it was like the Boy Scouts. We had been because I was an Eagle Scout and been heavily in the Boy Scouts, and my brother was a Scoutmaster, and so we were heavily into that. So we almost went from the Boy Scouts into the Army. You know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a number of us actually.
So backtracking a little bit, when a lot of communities like the German community, the Irish community had rites of passage or, you know, ceremonies when you became of age, when you 12, 13, 14. Did you do anything like that?
No, I don't remember anything like that. I don't remember any rites of passage.
But the becoming a Boy Scout.
Oh, Boy Scout was a big thing, mostly because of my older brother that was a scout. I wasn't in his troop, but he really encouraged us to become Boy Scouts, and we really liked it, the camping and all that kind of stuff. And so Boy Scouts was a big
You became
thing.
an Eagle.
Yeah, and so did my brother. Yeah, but then later, we still stayed in the Scouts, but we went in the Civil War Patrol because I thought that was a wonderful opportunity to learn about navigation and all that stuff, and be able to.
How old were you when you did that, when you learned to fly?
15, 16. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a great opportunity, and you met a lot of different people that weren't from your high school in the Civil War Patrol.
And so they taught you to fly for free when you were 15?
Yeah, right. You flew a Piper Cub and got 35 hours in, and I don't think I ever formally got my private pilots because then I left to go in the Army, but we did learn a lot that helped me later, you know, at least
Because you didn't fly later.
knowing the basics, you know.
Uh-huh. Was that pretty special? Did all the guys do that, or was that pretty?
No, not that many guys from our high school went in Silver Patrol. In fact, there were more from the other our part of the city had we were kind of half blue collar and half white collar, and there was a great deal of conflict between those guys athletically, academically, and every other way. And we were in the blue collar group. They had high school fraternities for the white collar people, and we were in the high Y group. So it was a real demarcation there of social barrier. While the other high schools in so you were all blue collar, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so, when you went to Civil Air Patrol, there were more that actually, most of them were from the other high schools, not from DeVillis where I went. And, but no, it was a great thing. I just, anything military, you know, and then flying was a big thing, you know. The idea that you could learn to fly in high school, it didn't cost you anything, you know. And,
That's awesome. Yeah.
plus the comradeship with the people and all that kind of thing was I thought, a really good thing, and a little different than the Boy Scouts and so forth.
So now you're in the Army and you're in Washington.
The
you
state of
said.
Washington, yeah.
And you've gone through your civil engineering course.
Yeah,
And I guess you got a call or a letter saying you were.
Oh, no, I was shipped to Camp Stoneman in California. I wonder whatever happened to that, but, and